Hello everyone. Welcome to the module 2 of this series of public key infrastructure. Well, in our previous video we have done 2 labs. In that we learned about how to create a certificate and how to create a public and the private keys. And in the lab 2 we learned about how to generate the certificate signing request, that is CSR, and we learned about how to generate the certificates. So now we'll be seeing that a CSR file, which is the certificate signing request file, it needs a specific certification authority, and in the real world this CSR file are usually sent up to the trusted certification authority for their signatures. So let us just see how we can create those things, and we'll be testing it in the other machine, which will be our client machine. So we'll be creating a certificate. Open SSL-in, and then we'll be providing the CSR, and then after that we'll be giving it the output. That is the server certificate, and then the certification authority certificate, and then after that we'll be providing the key file for the certification authority certificate. That is ca.key, and then the config file, which is openssl.conf, which is the default one, and it showed up an error. For that we need to provide the certification authority, and now it's asking us for the key, the private key. And it showed us that the demo certification authority, in that folder there is no file which is serial file. So we need to first of all create the serial file, because we are using the default configuration of the OpenSSL. So let us just move to demo, and here we will be creating a serial file, echo 01, let's say. There will be the serial, and we'll be writing it into the serial file. So first of all we need to remove the directory which we created earlier, and here we'll be putting up the file. You can see that we are having now the serial file, and the serial is 1. So let us just move back to our SSL directory, and we'll be issuing this command again, passing the file. It said that signatures are okay and the state of province name field need to be the same. Certification authority Telangana and Telangana. The spelling is somewhat wrong, but anyways we are just testing it for the demo purpose. Or if you want to get rid of such thing, there are certain policies which are implemented in our config file. So we'll be checking up that what all are the policies it is checking. Okay, so for CA certification authority policy, you can see that it is matching the state and the province name. So here it will be generated whenever it's the correct match only. So instead of correct match, we'll put up optional. And we'll write it. Now we'll try to generate it once again. Okay, now you can see that certificate is to be certified until this particular 365 days. These all are written in the policies only, and this is the particular the certificate header for that, as you can see here. And now it is asking us for the confirmation to sign this certificate so as to implement this, and we'll just press yes and enter. 1 out of 1 request should be certified, so we'll again press yes. So you can say that its database is updated. Okay, so now everything is ready for us. Now the next step what we'll be doing is we'll be launching a particular server with our self-signed certificate. So to do that, first of all we need to create a server.pem file which will be containing our certificate as well as the key to that particular certificate. So to do that, first of all we'll be copying the server.key file into server.pem file. As I already told you, like PEM is the privacy enhanced mail. It's like the base 64 coded file, but it will be encrypted. Now once we provide the certain key, the legitimate key to that file, you can see the base 64 encoded data, as in our previous video we have discussed and showed up. So in this particular thing, now we have created our PEM file. Now the next thing, we need to copy the certificate into the PEM file. So to do that, we'll be using cat server.certificate file, and we'll be appending it to the server.pem file. Okay. Now the next thing, we'll be launching our web server using this particular certificate or this particular server.pem file. So well there is one more beauty of OpenSSL, that it provides us and it allows us to start the particular web server using our own self-signed certificates. So to do that, we'll be doing OpenSSL, and there is a command that s_server, and then we need to pass the certificate to it, and that will be server.pem file, and it will be launched by default www. It's asking us for the legitimate password. Okay, so here you can see our certificate details. By default, this OpenSSL server will be running on port number 4433. So once it started running, it will be showing us our own certificate. So here you can see whatever the things we provided, that particular thing with the fingerprints of the algorithm which is applied. Now by default, this particular certificate is not been implemented in our browser, and our browser by default it will just show us this warning that your connection is not secured, although we are providing the HTTPS. But the Mozilla or any of the latest browsers, they will be already having the VeriSign repository as their own certificate. Because our certificate is not being verified by any of such authorities such as VeriSign or any of the major brand or the major certification authority, we just self-signed it and give it. So that's why this will be showing up this error. So we'll be adding up the exception to that. As you can see that we'll be getting up the details which we provided to our certificate, and we'll be confirming the security exceptions. And now if you go to the advanced tab, and if you go to certificates, and here you can find out your certificates. These are the trusted certificates. So let's do one thing, we'll just import our own certificate here. Instead of searching for our certificate, we'll just import our certificate here. So let me just go to the location. And this will be having the SSL. Okay, so now we are here, and these all are the things which we created: your certification authority, your own certificate, and the self-signed certificate which is being launched with our web server. So now what we are going to do is we'll be just copying this certificate and we'll be just importing it here in Mozilla. So trusted, trusted, and trusted. We provide it as the trusted, and this is As my name is displayed, we created the same certification authority, and you can see the details. I'll press it OK. And here you can see our certificate details. Okay, so now if we go to our this particular site, so now it will never show us any sort of error because we already implemented the certificate inside it. So this is how you can launch up your own certificate and you can launch up your own servers. So this was all about the basics of our public key infrastructure. There is a lot more things in that. To learn more, stay tuned with us. Thank you. Thanks for watching this particular video.